Holy shit! What is up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and wow. Just wow. I just got done attempting to watch Dolittle! Yes, there is a new Dr. Dolittle movie. This is a 2020 film, and it's a remake of not just the Eddie Murphy movie, but the original one before that. This is directed by Steven Gaghan. Gaghan? Whatever the fuck your name is, dude. This is the first time this year. I know it's only January. I know it's very early in the year, but for anybody who knows about my rule as far as watching and reviewing movies for my channel, I give myself 2 films a year where I can walk out or stop watching because they're that bad. And I have just used my first one of 2020. Yes, Dolittle, I just couldn't finish it. I couldn't get through it. I got maybe 55 minutes in before I finally just said, no mas! And I'll tell you the exact point of when I left. The plot is Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark, Iron Man himself, the man who we all praise for his great work in the MCU, and obviously for other movies besides that, but it's, come on. We think of Tony Stark. We think of this great moment that he just had in Avengers Endgame. And what's the first movie that he does post-Endgame? Dolittle? This is something that he produced himself. Like, he was fully behind this. This wasn't like a paycheck, like Robert Downey needs a paycheck at this point. He doesn't have to probably work for the rest of his life. I respect the fact that he still wants to get out there. I respect the fact that he wants to try something completely different from Tony Stark, which he is. There's no doubt about that, he is. But this wasn't the way to go. He plays Dr. Dolittle, this guy who, at the beginning of the movie, they have this cartoon opening where it shows his backstory about how his wife went off on this voyage and she died at sea, and ever since then he's been in seclusion at his palace by himself. He just lives with these animals, and so you start to think, all right, is it going to be really dark and upset and tormented? No, when we meet him, he's fine. Sure, he might have some reflective scenes where he sits there and thinks back about her, but it's not, hasn't taken as much of a toll, at least so far in what I've seen. The animation for the CGI I thought was pretty bad. I mean, I don't want to say bad. It just wasn't impressive. It wasn't something that made me go like, oh wow, well this definitely should have been made. Here's the reason why that was made. I've seen this done 1,000 times, but even a lot better as far as CGI animals walking and talking and interacting with humans. This wasn't special. This didn't blow me away. This doesn't seem worthy to put out in the theaters from a sheer animation CGI standpoint. Robert Downey, he has this silly British accent that is really hard to listen to. I don't know if it's because I know he doesn't really have that accent, or because I didn't think his Sherlock Holmes accent was all that bad, but for some reason it's a lot more thick, it's a lot more pronounced in this film, and it's really distracting each and every single time he talks. But let's talk about some of the other actors, not just Robert Downey, and how upsetting it is to see him in a film like this, but all of the other actors who are lending their voices, for the most part, to play these animals that he's talking to and he can interact with. Emma Thompson, Selena Gomez, which I don't know how much of a prestigious acting career she has, so I don't know if I'm surprised about that. But Ralph Fiennes, Rami Malek, who didn't he just win an Oscar not that long ago? John Cena, which, I mean, he's not going to say no to anything, right? So I guess that makes sense. Octavia Spencer, Antonio Banderas, Marianne Cotillard, who I feel like I haven't seen in a good while. And it's sad that, well, you don't see her here. It's just her voice. But still, I'm like, no, Marianne, you're a lot better than this. Michael Sheen, who is not just a voice, he is an on-screen, on-camera presence. He's the villain of the movie, and talk about hamming it up, talking about being over the top and really cheesy as the villain. It was, he's better than this too. So I don't know who's to blame. I guess maybe the director, or I guess maybe he was going for something. Maybe he thought this would be funny, and just no. Nothing about these lines, nothing about these jokes are funny at all. And Camille Nanjiani, Craig Robinson, but Tom Holland strikes me the most seeing his name in the credits because, dude, you're Spider-Man. I know you had this budding mentor relationship with Tony Stark in the movies, but don't let Robert Downey's next few films drag your career down, Tom Holland. No, I already have bad thoughts about your Uncharted movie that you're trying to get going, but this was atrocious. This was a train wreck. This was, I'm being honest, guys. This was hard to watch. This was a chore to sit through. In fact, like I said, I couldn't even finish it. I couldn't even get through it. The whole plot is that the Queen of England is sick, so they come to Dolittle and they ask him to find the cure. So him and his animals go on the boat and they're sailing across sea and they're searching for the cure. That's it. It's very bland, it's very generic, it's very boring, it just doesn't seem that special of a plot. They also throw in the fact that his house is in danger of being taken away as well, and they're trying to throw so much at you. They're trying to make him relatable and sympathetic with the whole wife stuff, and I just don't care. With the lame jokes, the lame animal banter back and forth. I mean, there's one scene where it's like they say the joke. It's between the bear and the ostrich, and like they say a joke, they think it's funny, so they pause, but there's no laughs to be had. It's so quiet and awkward, and you can hear crickets, at least where I am, crickets, just horrible, horrible, horrible. The part where I left, the scene where Robert Downey was taken and imprisoned by the bad guys, so of course he's there, and then there's a donkey next to him in the cell, and the donkey starts making fun of him and saying that, oh, did Doodle make a doo-doo? Oh yes, he must have, right? Doodle made a doo-doo. And I thought, oh, I can't do this anymore. That one joke, that horrible, horrible type of joke, very low-hanging, lowest common denominator, it's just, that's what I'm not here for. I don't even know what I was expecting. I saw this trailer, wasn't impressed by it, thought it looked pretty bad, but I guess I didn't expect it to be this bad. I guess I was hoping that maybe Downey was able to bring it up and elevate it. No, there's no elevation. This weighs too much to be lifted up. This is garbage. This is hot garbage. I know I didn't like The Grudge, but this was worse. Worse in every way. I'm going to give this a fuck you. So guys, let me know in the comments below if you're interested in seeing Dolittle. Do you want to see it? Do you care and whatnot? Or is this as bad as you probably expected it to be? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!